Welcome to the Diary of Dating Over 50 with Tanya R. Lewis, the hottest dating show on social media, hosted by the sassiest model of them all, Tanya R. Lewis. Are you 50 and single, dating or waiting to mingle? Be a guest on the Diary of Dating Over 50 with your host, Tanya R. Lewis.
Welcome to another exciting episode of the Diary of Dating Over 50. I'm your host, Tanya R. Lewis, and today we have truly a bold and sassy guest. Teesha Green stands out with her striking low-cut afro, a hairstyle that few can pull off, but she wears it with confidence and flair. Teesha is not just a pretty face. She's multifaceted, talented, an actor, comedian, model. Currently, she's making the waves as part of a hit group called The Real Aunties of Atlanta. But today, we're going beyond the surface. Welcome. Tell us a little bit about yourself.
Hi, thank you for having me, Tanya. I grew up as a military brat. My mother married a man who was in the Navy when I was 2 years old. And he's been my stepdaddy for almost 47 years.
Wow.
So I went to 12 different schools, 3 of them just for kindergarten. And the high school I graduated from, it was the first year that it was open, and I was part of the very first graduating class 30 years ago.
Wow. Army brat. So you just traveled around, and so you had to have many faces and many hats. Okay. Yeah. All right, so I was going to ask you, where did you grow up at? But you grew up in 12 different places. Okay, so how did this environment and culture impact your decision?
Well, I think that moving around a lot really helped me because we get to see people from different walks of life and different cultures. You know, I can remember having a Japanese girl in my first grade class who used to bring sushi for lunch every day. And I didn't know there was sushi back then, but I'm like, this girl always brings seaweed with rice and stuff. Like, I didn't know it was them back there, but, you know, I was able to pick up on that culture. But I'm not sure if we had stayed in, you know, Valdosta, Georgia, which is my hometown. I'm not sure if my mother hadn't gotten married and we stayed there, if I would have had those types of experiences, you know?
Yeah.
So I can appreciate the fact that the military life gave me those experiences.
And you know what? My daughter is in the Air Force, and Valdosta was one of her first places.
Moody.
That she went. Absolutely, yes. That's a small town, too. Yeah. That's where I'm from, a small town. Football town, too?
Titletown, USA, the winningest high school football team in the country.
Oh, wow. Okay. So were you a cheerleader, too?
No, but I have an uncle and a few cousins who have state rings from Valdosta High and from Lowndes. So, you know, it runs in the family.
Wow. Okay. So let's go on. Let's dig on in. Okay. So what inspired you to become an actress?
It kind of fell in my lap. I came here 7 years ago next month or November. And I remember I was staying with a cousin in Marietta and I went to go get lunch in the square. And I saw something being filmed out there. And I remember grabbing my lunch and standing there like, wow, what do I need to do to do that? You know, and I almost walked over and I said, I'm pretty sure I can't do that. And then a few weeks later, I was staying with another cousin and he asked me, he said, you've been here a while now. You found any work yet? And I said, no. And he said, why don't you do background? I said, well, what is that? He said, go register with Central Casting. And once you go register with them and work something, then ask the other people about what other casting companies, you know, are casting. And was a networking thing from there, you know, finding the other casting companies and subscribing to their casting calls. And it just, from the day that I stepped on set, I've had nothing but blessings.
Yeah, I seen today that you were BG for Black is Beauty and Black. Okay, I don't know why I messed it up because I was on the first episode of it. I didn't get to see me on camera because the thing that people don't know about background work, you can do the best background and they'll cut that
Yep.
scene.
Yep.
So you never know when you are going to
Exactly.
appear on there.
Yep.
Okay. So from the background work, do you do act? Are you acting full time?
Yes.
Wow.
Yes. This is all I rely on. All I rely on is being on set, and maybe I get a little something from social media, but I rely on acting. I don't have a day job. Like,
Do you have an agent?
No.
You're your own agent.
Yes, but I end up in a lot of rooms with people that do.
I see you doing a lot, like commercials
Uh-huh.
and that. So why is it that you haven't seeked the agent?
Well, in order to get an agent, they say that you need a reel and a resume. I'm not sure if my reel and my resume are strong enough for me to market myself in that way. I get more of my opportunities when people meet me in person.
Absolutely.
I have gotten cast 7 or 8 times, and none of them I've had to audition for. And 3 times I was working as an extra doing background and got upgraded to principal.
Yes.
So do I need a reel and a resume? I mean, I've grown my social media from under 5,000 on Instagram and Facebook to 60,000 on Facebook and 20,000 on Instagram within 6 months. So am I marketable?
Who does that?
Did all this myself, you know?
Yeah.
So I'm just waiting for, the creator to bring someone to me that sees me and is like, we can make some money, because that's what I need. I don't know who to seek out. You see my vibe, because I'm an open book. You know what I'm saying? You can see whether or not we can rock. You know?
Because when I met you, I was like, wow, she reminds me of me.
Clock it. Clock it.
That personality.
I received that.
'Cause
I received that.
We modeled together, and then all of a sudden, you were on my social media. And you were giving me compliments, and you were, it's
That's
easy.
what I do.
It's easy for you to come off your mouth and say, "Oh, you did that," or
Yeah.
"You're beautiful," or
Yes.
and that was
Because you did and you are. Clock it.
Black. It was amazing. So you may have something. You never know. You may have something
I do.
to where
I know that I have something.
that you
I know
don't
I
need
do.
an agent.
They don't know, but there are several successful actors in the, in Hollywood or in New York who have, like, I think Nicole Kidman might be one of them. Never had an agent.
Never had an agent.
Yeah. And there are lots of people, successful actors who never took formal acting classes, In every class that I've taken, I've audited a few classes around here, maybe like 3 or 4 places. In every acting studio that I go to, that teacher follows me on Instagram.
They start following you.
And all I did was audit the class. So I know I have something.
Tell us audit. What is that?
So, okay, what a lot of people don't know is that sometimes they're looking for classes to take, acting classes to, build up their skills and things like that. And when you go and audit a class, you basically go in there and observe.
Okay, okay.
Some teachers allow you to participate as if you're a full-blown student. Some may not. But it just allows you to see how the class is run so you can decide whether or not you want to.
take that class.
And in my case, I just haven't had the finances to do it.
So
I've
you
just
go
been
audit
hopping
it.
from different places, from places to places, which is also good because I get, perspectives from different teachers, and with me, it doesn't take a lot with this because I love it so much. I absorb it quickly.
Okay.
And I have that thing in me that just wants to do well.
Okay.
So that helps a lot. It motivates. I'm just self-motivated when it comes to acting.
So tell me, has there been a time in your life to where life is lifing? Because there's sometimes I'm on, like, I'll get to the point where, like, is the diary, is it working? Is it catching on? Or I would say, I don't feel like social media today. Or go into a not like a depressed mood, but a hard time in your life.
Yeah, one of my many talents is that I'm a seamstress. I'm a self-taught seamstress. I make design and make clothes from scratch, no
Do
patterns
you?
or anything. And I haven't really been able to sew for about 3 years. The only time that I have sewn is like during Halloween. I have one customer who usually contacts me every year around Halloween, and she wants me to help her with her costume. So she is the only thing that's kept me going with it. So shout out Jasmine. Thank you so much for inspiring me. But I feel like I'm getting back to it. That's one of the reasons why I've been doing more fashion shows lately.
Okay.
Because seeing other designers work helps inspire me to get back into it too.
Okay. Did you make that dress you have on?
No, this is Lamar Lewis collection. Thank
Okay,
you.
Lamar Lewis. I need one of those, Lamar. Okay. So, let's get into your dating.
Oh.
Because I know you doing a skit on dating different people. I was cracking up when I seen your skit.
Ah, boy.
But tell me, how is it dating and being, in the limelight? Because I know me myself, now I'm dating one person, and so thankful they understand the industry. But how have you maneuvered through the industry in dating?
Well, I've learned now that if you aren't a creator and or have an entrepreneurial mind, you cannot be with somebody else who doesn't have that type of mindset. They just do not understand it. Somebody who wants to do their 9 to 5 because they need their benefits and they need their 401k and blah, blah, blah. And then you got this other person that's like, hey, God gonna take care of me. That's me.
Starving.
I ain't worried about it. God got me.
Starving
hey,
actress.
Look, I could tell you, I'm dead serious. The stuff that I'm gonna tell my stories. I'm not gonna. I've told people in person, but stuff is great. Like when you look at it concretely, but I have peace in my heart. I've never been more at peace than I have right now. And my last real job was as a federal background investigator. I had a badge for the federal government, and I quit that job. And 12 years ago. And I just been relying on God, and things have been happening for me.
Oh,
I'm
wow.
always taken care of.
So
Always.
wait a minute. So you used to go out and investigate people for and you
For
haven't
people
had
that
it.
need security clearances.
Okay. So you
I
haven't
loved it 'cause I'm
haven't
nosy.
did that in 12 years. Okay. So some people will say, "How you gonna eat? Or how do you eat?"
God, I just be like, God, you got it. You know what I'm trying to do? Make a way.
Wow.
And he been doing it. And when they say, let go and let God,
That's what you done. Wow.
y'all, it really is that simple. It really is. I don't worry about anything.
That's a lot of faith.
Nothing.
That's a lot of faith.
My account was negative a few days ago. You know what I'm saying? And I contacted my daughter's father. She's 16. And I've never been able to contact him and ask him to send me something. And he sent it to me in 2 minutes.
Wow. I know your daughter is one of your biggest cheerleaders.
She loves me.
She was at the fashion show, and I seen how she took care of you.
She is a great. When she was younger, she would be like, I want to be like you. And I say, no, be better than me. And she is so much better than I am.
Already. Wow.
Shout out Riley and shout out to my son Rio too. He's back in Virginia. He's 10 years older than she is.
Okay.
And he's a musician mostly. But
So, do your family, do your parents, do they support you in what you're doing?
No.
I'm sure, because our parents want us to have a
No.
9 to 5.
That's the thing too. I'm sure that you understand. Like a lot of us have the same story. The people that you came up with, and shout out Plexico Burris because we grew up together in Virginia Beach, and I remember I was with him the night that he got drafted. Went to his party, helped him get in the limo to leave and all that, and little by little he stopped talking to us. And I didn't understand why.
Was this your son?
No, Plexico Burris, the football player.
Okay,
NFL, yes.
okay.
And so I understand now what it's like when you're going through this journey. Everybody can't go. And
Everybody can't
I
go.
didn't make his cut. A lot of us didn't.
Yes.
But I get it now. you know, which is,
Yeah, because I've lost some people along the way.
oh yeah.
You know, when you step into your purpose and you depend on God to guide you, because there's sometimes I'll be like, okay, I don't know how I'm gonna keep filming. I don't know where I'm gonna get the money at. I don't know who I'm gonna call next to be on my show. I also have people looking at me that used to call me for stuff, used to call me for modeling. I never have a problem getting modeling in the fashion show. Now people, they permanently have outcast me from being in fashion show. And I take it, God want me to stay focused on what I'm doing.
Exactly.
So I know how you feel about being outcast and not being
You
a
gotta
part
rock with
of.
who rocks with you.
Yeah.
And a
Everybody
lot
ain't
of
gonna rock
times-
with you.
And a lot of times it's not even gonna be people that you know.
Yes.
These
Yes.
total strangers have supported me more than anything.
Yes. Well, you know what? When I started my podcast out of out of my home, a lot, nobody wanted to give me that opportunity, and I have two people that rock with me now. Scottsdale Podcast Cafe.
Okay.
And thank God for the owner's wife. Okay. And I have another guy who will film with me once a month. But like you said, everybody is not going to rock with you. And these are people I didn't know that showed up.
You know what I had to learn too, Tanya, is to not feel some kind of way when people don't want to rock with me, because the only reason why they don't is because their light is not glowing.
Yes. Yes. Yes.
Or they're afraid that you're going to take some of their glow. I ain't worried about you.
Right.
You ain't got what I got. You can't do what I do. Purred.
Yeah. So have you share a time with me that you had a role, and because of our sparkling personalities, sometimes we can talk ourselves out of some stuff. So tell me a time where you just knew you had this role, and then maybe something that you may have said or did that counted you out.
I don't. That hasn't really happened to me because I haven't had to audition for anything. I've submitted some things online and, wasn't called for it, but I don't know the reason why.
Right.
But if there was a situation where that happened, I could think that it would be because I'm too real. I'm too transparent. Like a lot of people are used to things being sugar-coated, being customer serviced, and I don't do that. You're going to get the real with me. Because I want you to give me the real, because I don't understand. I don't take hints and things. That I need you to be direct with me. And that's how I am with people. They say treat others the way that you want to be treated, and that's what I want, so that's what I give.
Okay. I know this is what everybody waiting on. Because they were like, okay, she is with the real Aunties of Atlanta. You and I were both at that audition. Okay?
Oh, yeah, you were.
Yes.
I think I spoke to you when I came
Yes.
in. Like, okay. Yeah.
But A.R. Crown told me, he said, Teesha, I think she made it. What was your experience? Tell me that experience.
I really didn't know what it was at first, to be honest with you. So what had happened was,
Okay.
earlier this year, my babies, my actor babies, the young people think I'm their age. They think I'm like 32 or something. I'm like, I could be your mama, but whatever. So they're like, no, come on, T, be in this group. They have content creator groups with like 150 to 200 creators in each. And I'm in like 3 or 4 of them. So the young people plug me into stuff.
Okay.
And this girl named Bambi, if you follow social media, you know who Bambi is. She's always got her stomach out. I think she won the thing with Drewski. I can't remember the name of the show, but Bambi posted in a group that the Real Aunties of Atlanta were doing an audition, a casting call. And I'm like, well, what is that? And then somebody was like, you should go. And so
It was a lot of people there, wasn't it?
yeah, I was like
a lot of
number
people.
37 or something. And she said that she was only looking for like 5 more people, I think. But they ended up picking 10. But some people have come and gone, and so we're down to about 20 now. We're down to about 20, but we've been doing a lot of work. Everybody is doing their thing in their own industries, which I love. We got a little bit of everything: real estate agents, actors, caterers. Like everybody is killing it in their own industries, and then we do.
Tell me
community
about your
events.
audition. How your audition, when you walked in there.
Did you see my audition?
I ain't gonna say.
Oh.
No.
Well, first of all, y'all, they call me Auntie Flex. And the reason why I call myself Auntie Flex is because I try to remain flexible in all situations.
Okay.
And physically. So
Okay.
if you follow me on social media, you probably already know that I can do things like put my leg behind my neck and, all kind of yoga poses, and I do splits and stuff, So
Yeah, because I seen you do a split.
when I did my audition, when I walked in, when they called me in, I walked in and I slid into a split. And then I introduced myself. So
You slid into a split and then you introduced yourself.
yes, and I think that may have caught their attention a little bit. So
Because
that-
everybody ain't that limber at our age.
right. So there was some pretty interesting things going on at those auditions.
Yes, it
I don't know if
was.
y'all saw the footage.
The smoking
Yes,
with the
yes,
that was. Did she make it?
She did. Yeah, Nikki. YN. Yes.
So, what was the feeling for you after? Because it was probably over 200 women that auditioned for that, and for you to be 37 and then get picked as one.
I'm not surprised.
I love it.
I know, really. I know that I have something to offer to the group and to the show, because what they're doing, this is going to be a reality show, but I know that I have something that I can offer. I know that I'm interesting. I know people want to watch me. Why wouldn't you want me on there?
Okay.
And I think in this type of energy is what gets me roles without me having to audition.
Yeah.
Because I told someone a few weeks ago, sir, he's a writer, producer. I said, sir, you don't need me to audition for anything. Within 2 minutes of having a conversation with me whether I can do what you need me to do. So what are we doing?
Wow.
and
That's major confidence.
I mean, and that's, as an actor, that is like the biggest thing that we need in order to come across believable in these roles.
And to separate yourself.
Yeah.
But have anybody ever mistaken that as being cocky? Because they have done that to me.
Of course they have.
Cocky.
And then we're taller.
Yep.
And we're darker.
Yeah.
So we're going to get all the negative things.
Yes.
Unfortunately.
Yes.
But I don't care, because I'm
Okay.
I'm gonna share your story and all that. You know
do
what
that.
I'm saying?
Boy,
That's
I mean,
what I do.
if you're a friend of yours, she gonna put you on. She gonna put you out there.
Yes.
So tell me this: what is coming up for? I know you can't tell it all, but what is coming up for the Real Aunties of Atlanta?
Well, on the 28th of this month, our founder, creator, P.
Who's,
Brown.
it's P. Brown, right?
Yes, P.
Yeah.
Brown. She is celebrating her 20th anniversary in the industry here in Atlanta. If you are a musician or you've been in the clubs, you know P. Brown. Like I knew P. Brown before I knew P. Brown. That's how long she's been around doing her thing. Because when I lived up in Virginia in the 90s, I used to fly down here. Well, at first take the Greyhound. And then I would fly down here and I would do campus work at the clubs and at Georgia State and stuff, like when I was living in Virginia. So I'm sure we crossed paths even back then, but we're celebrating her 20 years in the industry on the 28th of this month. And if you follow the Real Aunties of Atlanta, you can stay updated on that and get tickets.
Okay. So have anyone told you, because people think I'm crazy, I'm too old, I'm 61.
And look good.
Say that again.
Good.
But have anybody told you was too old and get a real job? Or insinuated?
Well, the first like 2 or 3 years that I, had stopped working a full-time job, I felt like that. But at this point, it's been like 13, 14 years, and that's not even on my mind. Like, I don't want to work a real job ever again.
You don't?
No.
So that means you got to get a whole bunch of
Yes.
some more roles.
I mean, it's been working this far,
What is your ultimate goal, Teesha?
My ultimate goal is I see myself becoming a director one day because I'm very good at, directing on the inside of my mind while I'm being directed. And I definitely would write some shows and things like that. And Yvette Lee Bowser and Erica Alexander and I have chatted a little bit when I joked around, but I'm so serious and they know this. When y'all reboot that Living Single, y'all got to throw me in there. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I'm Erica's sister or something. Yvette, stop playing with me.
I want to be Khadijah.
No, for real. But that would be awesome if they came back on and I got put in there. That would be like
major.
Yeah.
So, what would you tell the young older ladies? First,
like me?
tell them,
Like me?
yeah, like us, about sitting around and they just thinking, okay, I want to do this, I want to act, I want to do that, but I'm too old, or they ain't looking for nobody like me. They're doubting themselves before they even step into it.
First of all, y'all need to get y'all some real friends. Okay? Because real friends don't let you do that. Okay? They clap for you. They're encouraging you. They're going to tell you when you're wrong too. But if you have something that you want to reach out and try to do, and the people around you are adding to the doubt, they're the wrong people. Change your circle. You change your circle, you change your life.
Yes.
So serious.
Yes.
Your mindset.
What would you tell a young you? Because we probably should have started a lot younger.
You know what I credit?
What you credit?
That's Is This Your Man group on Facebook. If I had that 20 years ago.
Is this your man? Is this your man? Yes.
If I had that, because I be in that group, auntie and them women, and I don't go anonymous. I leave my thing open so they can see who I am, so you can follow me.
So wait a minute. Let me tell y'all. There is a group on Facebook that is called "Is That Your Man?" And these women will post a picture of that man they're dating, and they'll say, "Is this your man?" And people go in because most of the time he went through the whole group of women that allow him.
Yes.
So I've never posted. I just be anonymously lurking because I want to take some of those women out of that group that ain't so sure of themselves and do a show with them.
Yes.
But you go and put your stuff right up and say, this is coming from.
2 days ago, this girl got so mad at me that she went on my page and posted a picture of me. I was backstage at a fashion show, and I had my dress on, but my makeup hadn't been done yet, But she posted and said something about me looking like Boosie. I said, girl, it's a public picture.
So she ain't post nothing that you didn't want nobody to see.
It would not be public. Can you do that? No, because you're posting anonymously. Get out my face.
Wow.
Quickly.
Wow.
Because I'm not going to hide about anything. I will say what I want to say. But I say things from the heart with good intentions. I'm not trying to hurt anybody, and I want everybody to be the best them that they can be.
And you do that.
Thank you.
You do that. So you're single, right?
Yep.
Okay.
4.5 years.
4.5 years. Okay.
Oh, yeah.
And were you married before?
No.
Okay.
Never made that mistake. Because up until this point, if I had gotten married, it would have been a mistake. I realize that now in retrospect.
Okay. So what type of man is Teesha looking for?
Person. Because at this point, shit, I don't know. It could be a her. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. What that heart do, basically. You know what I'm saying? Okay. That's my first piece of criteria is to have a good heart.
Okay.
Have a good heart, be supportive, have some ambition. Yeah. Those things.
Okay.
I know that has nothing to do with the person's height, weight, color, salary, none of that. I guess it's not important to me. Are you a good person and can we build together? That's what's important.
Oh, wow. That's always hard to find, ain't it?
I mean, you have to be steadfast.
Yeah.
And I have cut out a lot of mess by being steadfast with that. Like, I think, let's not, I'm not going to hold y'all. Not going to hold y'all.
Yeah.
You know, so that's what I've been doing. That's why I've been single for 4.5 years now, which is the longest I've ever been single since 1992.
Wow. So tell us some of the roles that you have out here, the commercials you have done, so my audience can go and check you out.
Well, as you mentioned earlier, I was in season 2, episode 5 of Beauty in Black, which they just released yesterday, I think it was. But the thing that I'm most excited about is an upcoming film that was produced by Gregory Allen Williams, who I was working background on his set, and he upgraded me to a role.
Wow.
In his movie called Crazy. That's Crazy with an IE. So I'm looking forward to that coming out soon. I'm not sure when it's coming out, but probably late this year or early next year.
What is that?
It's a feature film.
A feature film. Okay. And that's about
This woman that has some psychotic things going on. She's in love with a man that's like 20 years younger than her.
You didn't get upgraded to the main role.
Maybe.
Maybe. Okay, we gotta watch and see. Okay. So if people wanted to follow you, what is your social media?
My social media, Instagram and TikTok is It's Teesha Green, ITSTEESHAGREEN. And Facebook is Teesha Green. So you can find me in any of those places.
Okay. So you are such a motivating person, and you are such a warm, kind person, even though you're bold and sassy.
Yeah, I'm not nice. I'm kind.
Kind.
Look, I'm kind.
Look, leave a word of advice to my audience.
My advice is to never be afraid to be yourself. That's it. Be authentic. Stay flexing.
You heard it from Teesha Green. Guys, we're going to keep up with Teesha. We're going to follow her. She's going to stay my friend. Yes. And we're also going to bring her back around. You know, I'm gonna bring her with a group of actors so we can, interact with some folks. Okay.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
Yeah. So thank you for joining us today. Thank you for joining us today on the Diary of Dating Over 50. It's been a pleasure to dive deep into a vibrant life of Teesha Green, a true force of nature. Teesha embodies the essence of boldness and sass, combining her talents as an actress, a model. Her recent role, The Real Aunties of Atlanta, showcases her commitment to representing strong, unapologetic women who aren't afraid to voice their truth. Beyond her impressive career, Teesha's humility shines through. She lifts others with her warm compliments and genuine spirit, reminding us that kindness is a confidence and can be beautiful. When she hits the runway, it's more than just a walk. It's an expression of her vibrant personality that captivates everyone in the room. Teesha is not just an entertainer. She's an inspiration, providing that age is just a number, and it's never too late to chase your dreams. Yeah. Thank you, Teesha, for sharing your story with us today. We look forward to seeing all the incredible things you have to accomplish. Yes. Until next time, remember to embrace your journey.
Thank you.
And always be authentic.
That's right.
Okay?
Stay flexing, y'all.
Yes. So we appreciate y'all. Know I love y'all out there. We have more exciting guests. I have one of my dear friends, Kella Clore. She's coming up. And then I have an actor, fine, mysterious man. His name is Anthony Jones. He'll be coming up as well. Till the next time, I love you guys out there. Thank you for joining The Diary of Dating Over 50 with Tanya R. Lewis.
The hottest dating show on social media, hosted by the sassiest model of them all, Tanya R. Lewis. Are you 50 and single? Dating or waiting to mingle? Be a guest on the Diary of Dating Over 50 with your host, Tanya R. Lewis.
This podcast is brought to you by the Scottdale Podcast Cafe.